Anime 2.
It says 30.
That's impressive. He can count, everyone. He can count.
I don't have 30 toes and fingers, so I can't count
that's what I'm saying. That was really impressive.
What?
Yeah.
Where are we?
Lights up, the screen is glowing. 僕たちの声を届ける Sporking News High Tension Biggles Mets が命をかけて生態を共有する Hey 最新のアニメを熱く Yeah yeah
Oh, yes, people, we are back. We are back with the anime show. I know you're all I'm gonna break everybody's heart. It may be the last one for a while. I'd like to focus more on our, shut up, person. I want to focus a little more on the Aluminum Spork and A Song of Ice and Fire stuff and the elections coming up. And I know people hate me for saying it, but I'm going to talk about that. But we will be doing shows on Biggles channel at some point, Monday nights, doing some anime live, right? Biggles?
Yeah.
So
it's called the Biggles Breakdown, but maybe we'll throw in some Biggles Anime Spork in there as well. So
amen. And I mean, the ones and ones of my fans, please make sure you follow Biggles over there because Biggles is the man. He knows everybody. Hey, Sherry, how are you, my friend? She follows me now on the TikTok. I'm kind of a big deal over there. I took about 2-year break over there and let Walton and his crybaby stuff, rise over there where he's like, if a narcissist is after you, you tell them no. And guy has like 30,000 followers over there. So I was like, shit, I better get back on that.
Yes.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to get followers on there, but I like TikTok. It's funny. People are out of their mind. But what am I looking at here, buddy? What
you are looking at the greatest drawing ever. By
amazing.
Me.
Yeah. This is going to be your new what? Avatar?
So I want to do a little Dragon Ball channel because I want to test something because my channel is screwed by the algorithm unless I talk about how to do certain stuff on games or where to go in games.
Mm-hmm.
And Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is coming out. So I want to take all the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero content that I make and take the fights and put them on there. And then I want to talk about Dragon Ball Daima that we'll actually be talking about a little bit later on the show. Mm-hmm. So I want to be able to talk about that. So I've been playing with a AI generator.
Wow, this AI sucks, huh? What a shitty AI you got here.
To try to beat my amazing drawing, which so far it hasn't been able to happen.
I think the drawing's winning.
I am the greatest artist of all time. Yeah. And as you can tell,
I think this should be your avatar. This thing is brilliant. I love it. I think it's hilarious.
I think I am super good at drawing,
the
best.
He needs
artist
two
ever.
evil eyebrows, though. Two evil eyebrows.
I got to add the eyebrows. I didn't even think of that,
Maybe like a little goatee.
Goatees.
What up, Tina? So that, I mean, I don't even know how to talk about this. It's brilliant. I mean, to all the artists out there, this is what you should aspire to. Like, Biggles is putting you all to shame. Where's Jinja Ninja? Where's Makani Draws? You guys have nothing on this guy. Nothing. Yeah, so this probably will be one of our last anime shows. We'll probably do one like once a month on the channel. I can only stream 2 nights a week because I have freaking kids. Wow, that's nice, stupid.
Kids.
I love them. And busy as hell with sports, Girl Scouts, all that stuff. So we will be doing just the aluminum spork and A Song of Ice and Fire going forward. On Tuesday nights is A Song of Ice and Fire. On maybe Thursday or Saturday will be aluminum spork again. But we will be doing anime over on Biggles. I'll try to jump on when I can on Monday nights. And we'll do one maybe once a month over here, because I do love talking about this stuff. I don't care how many people watch us. I know Subhuman watches it, and I respect that. Yes, I am. I'm a Girl Scout now. I just crossed over.
Right. There you go.
Yep. We got some stuff to talk about tonight. There is a lot of stuff coming out in October that I am really looking forward to. We'll talk about that a little later. What do you want to start with? You want to start with the what is on our amazing background that I didn't put up yet? Hold on. This amazing background.
Yeah, let's talk about the girl-led animes.
Yeah, and can we also talk about how awesome I did with that one? I mean,
looks good, man.
I really like. Look at this one. That one's pretty good.
That's terrifying.
This one's even better. I mean, look at that.
That's even more terrifying.
That's a narcissist. I'm telling you, people, gotta watch out for that guy.
I believe it. I believe every second.
Also, my channel's under attack.
I believe it. I also lead the attack on that.
Yes, and I just don't know why.
It's because you're taking away my show.
Yeah, I felt so bad. I had to talk to Grant about it. I was like, I don't know how to break it to him. I feel so horrible because I'm enjoying doing it, but I just like the other two shows are I just love them. They're my bread and butter. But I do love like this stuff right here. Like this is probably one of my best, my own made thumbnail thumbnail. Look at that.
Yeah.
I did so good on that. See how I snuck you into the moon?
I know. Look at that. I am the moon. I'm the man on the moon. You want to know what's funny? Every time she goes like this, she's like trying to like scare someone or have them remember who she was.
What? When she does what?
This? What that you have on the thumbnail? Because she uses it against like one of the ladies in waiting, and they're like, "Holy shit, it's her!" And they're like, "Run away!"
Yeah.
And then the other time,
she's so good. What is her name in the show again? It's
Mao Mao or Xiao Mao.
Xiao Mao.
So Xiao Mao is Little Mao, and then Mao Mao is her name, and she's like, "You can't call me Mao Mao," and she's like, "He's like, how about Xiao Mao?" And she's like, "Little Mao, okay."
Yeah, all right, whatever, it works for me.
They call her Xiao Mao.
So it's the Apothecary's Diaries.
Correct.
Diary, right.
And it's in ancient China. So it's probably
when
the
women
second
knew their
best.
place.
It's probably the second best ancient China anime behind Kingdom, of course.
Kingdom is
you can't touch it, right?
You can't touch Kingdom.
There's like 900 chapters in the manga.
I can't, dude. Kingdom. They have to get to. He's like this amazing general. I have to see it.
I know they're not even there yet in the manga, and the manga is like 900 chapters deep.
So, have you watched any of the live action Kingdom?
No, not yet.
It's not bad. It really isn't bad. They make oh god, what's the kid, the fighter? Shin
or Sheen in season 3 somehow. It's
yeah.
Sheen.
Why did they went from Shin to Sheen?
It became a whole new studio, so they got all new voice actors.
And they just didn't watch any of the original ones.
They started saying all the names different, like
so messed up.
And then they're like, "Yo, we're not continuing this because it sucks." So they went straight to sub only, and they stopped doing dub.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! Why did they switch? Why did they switch studios for that?
Do you see how much better the animation is?
The animation's dope. Don't get me wrong, but like, why would it? Are different voice actors contracted to certain studios, or can't they be freelancers?
Yeah, some are like unionized, and they have to. If you're part of this union, you can't work for this stuff.
Oh, I got it. I'm fine with sub, but because I don't remember if I watched the dub, I might have. But you had to wait so long for the dub that I think I just started watching sub, and that was the first show that got me watching subs. Mm-hmm. So I usually, if I start a show subbed and then it goes dubbed, I'll watch the whole thing subbed and then go back. But that one I don't care. I'll read every little morsel of that one. That one's freaking Kingdom's the best.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Apothecary.
Yes, apothecary, which means like a pharmacist.
Yeah. So basically, she lives in the Pleasure District, and her big sisters are courtesans, as they are called. And
are they actually her sisters? I thought she just called them big sisters.
So she's a ward of the Verdigrease house. So like she
becomes that. Her father's an apothecary.
Her adopted father.
Right. Okay. Adopted father. I feel like she's going to turn out to be some type of royalty. What do you think?
Well, how far are you into it?
Halfway, I think. I can tell you right now. Hold on. She is royalty, I knew it.
Well, you have.
Oh, spoilers for the apothecary. Give me 1 second.
So it all depends on how far you are in it. So you do meet her mother. And
so there's 24 episodes in season 1, and I am at 13.
13. So she's still working.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm at 16. 16.
So 16. That would mean she
just solved like the raw fish thing.
Okay, yeah. So she just stopped working for the Inner Palace, and now she's working for Master Jinji.
Right.
Right.
Correctly,
yeah.
right?
Okay. So
I bet you has a penis.
Well, yeah, he's a guy.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be a eunuch.
He's just really pretty.
No, but he's actually supposed to be a eunuch. They say that at the beginning because that's the only reason he's allowed to be around the women in the women's area. But I think he's like the actual prince or handed over the princeship or whatever. But
you've seen the Garden Party episode, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you know about his other hairpin, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's like royalty, right? Some shit.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. But it
doesn't confirm that yet, but it does confirm something. So if you want to know that he has a penis, he does have a penis.
Yes, but he's not supposed to.
Well, I think they cut off their testicles.
You know what I mean? Eunuchs.
But,
they chop off the berries. Maybe even the twigs sometimes. Look at Varys in Song of Ice and Fire.
I don't know anything about Game of Thrones or their things. Snip.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That was a slash. That didn't sound like a slash.
That sounded like a whip.
You didn't it? It was supposed to be a slash. That was
never
awesome.
Okay.
Never trust a soundboard.
Yeah, never trust the soundboard. Go ahead.
So you got you have Gingy, and then I forgot the guy's name, his like servant.
Mm-hmm. The one that kind of keeps him in keeps him in line.
Yeah, Gauchwin or something like that. I don't know. I'm awful with names. And he's his servant, and he should still have his junk too, even though he enters the Inner Palace. But once you'll get to like a scene with them and the Emperor, so that will explain a lot.
Okay. Because they are the only men allowed in the Inner Palace, which is an all-female area, are supposed to be eunuchs.
Correct.
So,
and they protect and take care of the women.
Yeah.
And
God, your dogs really finally went off, huh?
My dogs are going crazy. So someone's
trying to eat them.
Dude, there's no people around my house.
Well, you're near the border, aren't you?
I am, but I'm like 4 hours away. Like,
oh my God,
little area.
It's nothing when you. I was gonna say something.
Yeah, but they stay away, right? Like where I am. But we have. What was I saying? Something dumb. Oh no! So you have like a 15-second like little interaction that kind of gives you a bunch of hints to what you want. But yeah, so this whole thing is, so she only just solved the fish, so there's more to the fish story than meets the eye. So be ready for that.
Let's go back to the beginning. She's a young woman that has an adopted father who's an apothecary who taught her. She is like obsessed with poisons. She's obsessed with like curing things, and she works for a hula house, where some of the best courtesans are.
The three princesses, which are her older sisters.
Yep. So she's probably just like, hey, I'll cure your syphilis and stuff like that.
It's funny that you say syphilis because you haven't got to that episode yet.
Oh my God. I knew syphilis would be involved somehow. Knew it.
Perfect. He nailed it, guys. He nailed it.
See, I'm good at this shit.
But yeah. So have you met the one they call the weirdo yet?
Which one's the
because
weirdo?
he would have been. He's got like a monocle. You would have just met him in like 16.
Maybe is he the one?
He's the one who asks them to go check out the fish. He always drinks like the juice.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Okay. So the weirdo is an important character.
Okay.
For the second half.
It's a good show. It really is. It's I thought it was going to be it is a little slow, but if you enjoy like dude, come on, man.
Look at Subhuman.
Subhuman 84 just gifted 5 Sporky News podcast memberships. That means there's 5 people watching at least. So the lovely Sherry is now a member. Dude, I always say your name wrong, but Nagrildanul US.
Nagrinol.
That's what I just said. Is a member. Tommy, the Guinea Pig Collective, one of my friends in a great show. Check him out, Lightsaber King. He is there in Toy Man. Keith, Minifi. I suck at using words. And
That's
Bruce,
okay, I can't read.
Bruce. Oh my God, of Dick's Division. How have you been, man? Good to. I'm just. Thank you for watching, dude. I didn't know if you still watched. That means a lot. So thank you, Subhuman 84. Probably driving across country right now. Gifted 5 Sporky News podcast memberships. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much.
He was making fun of me this morning because I'm awful at Kingdom Hearts. So
I love that first one. How many of those do they have? I'm sorry, we got to talk about Kingdom Hearts.
There's 3, and that it's kind of like an anime. There's
it is. Like you go into different worlds.
2 others.
Is the first one have Nightmare?
There's like 5, I think.
Does it have Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah, the first and the second one do.
Okay, so I might have played the second one too.
Well, it depends. Christmas Town is only in the second one, and if you didn't have Christmas Town, you played the first one. So it does start a little bit slow, but it's also super funny because anytime she gets like super excited, she like turns into a chibi cat, and she's like, "Yay!" and she's like, "Oh." And like she can't hide her like emotions and stuff. And
and she's really good usually at hiding what she's really thinking. She's very sarcastic and dry, but when she gets excited, like poison and things like that, she gets really amped up.
Yeah. But it's such a good story, and like you're missing some of the best parts because you still have 8 episodes. The second half is way better than the first half.
Is it really? All right.
Yeah. So well, the first half is really like her in the inner palace, and it basically introducing you to the relationship between her, Gaijin, I think, Geshon,
yeah, sure,
something like that, and then Master Jinji, and so it like their whole thing, and then you see how all the girls like kind of like the ladies in waitings kind of flock to her. In the Jade Palace or the Jade.
They all think because she's been like abused or something.
Yeah, even though it's like all self-inflicted. Yeah,
it's so funny.
And you see how all of them are,
and you see all the cattiness of the other girls and stuff. It's a good show, man.
So I really like I really like that whole kind of dynamic. But it's just this show really relies on how good the characters are outside of the story. Like,
yes,
I'm pretty sure she's invented things that are invented in like Europe, like thousands of years later, like hundreds and thousands of years later. And she's like, "Yep, I made this. I did this." You know, like the sauna. The sauna was like Finland,
okay.
and she like made a sauna, stuff like that. So,
did you look this stuff up to know that?
No, so I used to work with a girl from Finland.
All right.
They have one at their house.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you went through a medicine cabinet? Is that what you're saying?
It's not called a sauna, it's called a sauna, I guess.
And what does it do?
But I always call it a sauna because it's like a steam bath kind of. It's the steam room.
Oh.
And then they made a greenhouse. She turned that into a greenhouse. Right, so there's all that other.
Dude, it's a kick-ass show. I now did I see when I expected they are probably getting renewed. What up, Lord?
Yeah, I think at the end of it, it says season 2 has been confirmed.
It's a sauna,
production for season. Well, they changed it into. Oh, you're not there yet. When they change the sauna to a greenhouse, you're not there yet. It's like 2 more episodes or something like that. So I apologize.
Yeah, you just ruined that for everybody.
I'm a fucking awful human being.
No, it's fine. We're talking about show.
I refuse. Like, I can't even talk about the last part because it spoils so much. But there's
go ahead.
You need to watch it. Like.
So why don't we talk about Fearin?
All right. So we got the emotionally confused elf. We got Grumpy Cat. We got the true hero. We got the cougar hunter. And we got the green-haired murder mage. Is what I call her.
It's a great show, man.
I don't remember the other names I have for them.
How many episodes? It was it more than 24?
It is either 24 or 26.
Yeah, maybe 26.
And it's the story of Frieren when after they defeated the Demon Lord, Himmel the hero. Everything is marked in years after Himmel's death afterwards. So it's like 29 years after Himmel dies. Blah, blah, blah. This is where they are. So basically, they go destroy the Demon King. And the 10 years that she spent with that party is like, to her, it feels like a couple months, right? She doesn't like, but it has such an impact on her life that she's like, her demeanor is totally changed as she's traveling with Fern and Stark.
Yeah, she didn't realize all right, so the show starts out with Frieren and the heroes party defeating the Demon Lord. And you see them defeat him. They're getting back to town. And for her, she just wants to go about, and what her favorite thing in the world to do is to learn and pick up new spells.
Yeah.
And they could be about
interesting spells.
Just weird and interesting spells. And she tells them, I'll see you, I might be around in 50 years. Because they saw some light show, right? Like some comets or some meteors. Happens every 50 years.
Every 50 years.
So she does come back 50 years later, and they all have aged. Himmel is, he's shrunk.
Close to death.
Close to death. He is like adulations up the ass. There's statues of all them. I mean, they've done something amazing. But to her, it was just she's 1,500 years old, I believe. So it's
she's
just like
over 1,000, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's close to 1,500 years old. She's still considered a young elf, and a fraction of her life was 10 years with these guys. But that 50 years, she comes back, and Himmel, is just so grateful to see her again, and so happy to see her again, and wishes he had more time with her. And when he passes, we then start with years after Himmel's death. So there's in Himmel's party, there's Himmel the hero. There's the priest who is kind of like a corrupt priest, likes to drink, smoke, gamble.
Hatter,
Ader, I think. And then you have a dwarf fighter, Eisen, and her. And
Freerin the Slayer. That's what she's known as.
Yes. And now, how many years later does she go back and see the priest?
Well, okay, so they do. The next time she sees them is 50 years later when she goes and takes them to the thing. But then it is
like another 8 or 10.
I think it is. Let's see. It's 29 years after the death. She spends like 6 years with them. So it's like, I think it's like 23 years later or something like that.
Yeah, it's either, I think you're right. It's like the 22 or 23 years after Himmel's death. Or after Himmel's death, which is crazy that they start marking time from his death. That's how great of a thing he did. And he's such a pure character too, which is nice.
Well, almost. So do we want to talk about the sword thing real quick and then go back to where we were, or do we want to wait until we get to the sword thing? Okay, so there's a sword that he pulled to become the hero, right? So he has like this replica sword of the hero sword, and he doesn't actually pull it. Now, there's a whole bunch of things, but I think if you pay attention to how he is, he's very vain and very conceited, even though he's extremely helpful and he wants to help other people, but he wants people to remember him.
Yes.
So I think that's why he's not able to pull this, or why he never actually pulls the sword. So we can go back to where we were.
That's a good point, man. That's a very good point. I didn't think about that. And I think that'll probably come into play later on.
Yeah, I think
maybe in another
season 2 or somewhere down the line.
I agree with you because I'm amazing. So here we got a bunch of pictures we can look at while we're doing this.
So the next thing, like when she goes to meet the priest, she meets Grumpy Cat. Who's just like a little girl at the time. Yeah, Grumpy Cat. And he tricks her into like trying to find like a spell for immortality. Yeah. So she can like train Fern during the time that she's there.
Yeah, he has a book that's supposed to be this amazing, one of the greatest witches of all times, grimoire, which may have the elixir of immortality. So she said it might take her 10 years to decipher it, and he's like, well, while you're here, train her. And Fern is someone that he found.
She was an orphan.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a picture of Fern real quick.
She's on our background.
Yeah, I know, but so Fern's the girl, purple hair girl. That's Mr. Starkey.
Do you know who the voice actor is?
No, Morgan.
It's Noelle Silva.
Okay. Oh, Noelle.
Yeah,
wow.
So it's Jill Harris. Yeah.
Okay, Jill Harris is awesome. So she does end up training her. And her whole thing is Fern's whole thing as a little kid. She was like this little tiny thing. If she can use her power to shoot this rock across a ravine, blast a hole through it, then the priest told her she will be ready to like protect herself, and
mage,
proper mage. And so she does. Fern and her start to be master and apprentice, kind of. They spend a lot of time together as the threesome while she's deciphering this. And he's pretty much on his deathbed at the end of this time and she's like, it was a fake one. And he's like, I knew, he knew it was fake. She knew it was fake. Cause later on you find out that this great witch was her master.
Correct.
So she takes on Fern as her true apprentice and they start their journey together after he passes away.
Anna.
Yep. It's a lovely story. So this is the original right here. These guys are the original Himmel. This is Himmel. And that's
Eisen.
The dwarf. Eisen and
Hatter.
Hatter. That's how I thought
Hattler?
it was said. Yeah.
I'm off
and
the names.
while her and Fern are going on this journey, and I don't remember the beginning of their journey because it wasn't to find heaven. What was the beginning? I don't even know.
So Freerin wanted to go to heaven, but they
Right from the rip?
Yeah, she wanted to go to heaven so she could like talk to like Himmel and them. Right? So she wanted
No,
to
I thought she
to-
went into that. She first meets the dwarf again, and she ends up in that room where
she goes to the dwarf, but she wants to go to heaven. Like that's the whole she wants to go there.
I thought that was
because-
an after thing of that. Okay.
But because her time, she doesn't care, right? Like
Yeah.
she doesn't care about her time. She wants to go to Himmel's hometown first.
Yeah.
So she goes to Himmel's hometown first, and they clean up the statue and learn some stuff, and then they go see Eisen.
Right. Then the nice thing about that statue is she's looking for Pimp Raid. What is up, my dog?
What up,
Damajanai? Jump on, man. You're in our DM chat. Feel free to jump on. A money in the house. Damajanai for $2. Sorry, bro. I didn't just jump over.
Woohoo!
Hashtag Pimp Raid. Yeah, you did my super chat, dog. Thank you. And A Money Wilson in the house, of course, changed your avatar. I see. Pretty cool. Yeah, so they decide to, and I know Damajanai, I think we talked about this show with him. He liked it too.
Yeah, I remember.
So they go to his hometown, and there's a spell she's looking for to replicate flowers. And there's a certain flower that hasn't been seen in that region for a very long time. And she goes on like this months long quest, which is driving Fern nuts, to find this one flower in the woods. And they finally find it at the top of like this decrepit old tower. And it
like
turned out to be,
Squirrels
because
had
of a squirrel. Yeah. And it turns out that was Himmel's favorite flower, and that's why she was looking for it. But she also learned like time to me is different than time is to Fern, and I have to respect that.
Oh, before they go see the dwarf, they're searching for grimoires after they finish with Himmel, and they meet a dragon, and they need a frontliner, so they don't go tag. So they go to the dwarf, and he goes, you should find my apprentice.
Yeah.
And then they go to the town where we meet Stark.
Yeah. And he's kind of a scaredy cat. He's scared that he'll get beat by things. But right off the rip, Freerin realizes after seeing where he is that he is massively strong. And Fern doesn't understand that and thinks he's a wimp and this and that.
And checks out his wiener.
Yeah, checks out his wiener.
With the X-ray vision.
Yeah. But Stark is definitely full, like you just said right there, A-Money, full of doubts.
I think we should play that video from Grimjack. Quick, the Stark one.
Okay.
Because of what we just said.
Yep.
I think it's well needed. So this is going to be a video from Grimjack. If you guys don't know who Grimjack is, Grimjack makes the Goblin Slayer parodies, and they're awesome.
They're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and they're also currently playing like the Jobless Reincarnation game, and it's not worth $60 based on what I've seen them play it. So they do some funny stuff. So if you want, check it out. So it should be the top one.
Yeah, no, I already have it. I just shared the wrong thing there for a second.
All
right, ready?
Okay, cast the spell I taught you, Fern, and tell me what you see.
Okay. Oh. Why is it so small?
Why is what small? My axe? I actually think it's pretty big for an axe.
Oh dear, please don't start guessing.
Fear of the unknown? My sense of pride? This tiny anthill in front of me? Wait, are you using your magic to look at my ding-dong? You are, aren't you? Is my ding-dong that small? What's small?
I ship it. Okay.
So we learned that Freerin is a shipper.
Yeah.
And he likes to say ding dong, so I think that's hilarious.
Soul. What's up, Soul? Yeah, it is hilarious, dude. The show is great. For anybody coming on right now, this is going to be the last weekly or bi-weekly show we do. I felt so bad, but I talked to Biggles. I'm going to be focusing on my Song of Ice and Fire and Aluminum Spork coming up. So Song of Ice and Fire on Tuesday nights, Aluminum Spork either Thursday or Saturday nights. I'm still figuring that out. But we will do some Monday night streaming on when I can, but he'll be streaming starting when do you think? Every Monday night?
Well, I do it every Monday night now.
Okay.
It's been
that.
Every
totally
second
watch it.
month or second Monday, but now that I don't stream as much, I can do it every week for Monday. So.
Yeah, and I'll hopefully jump on when I can. So please send me the link.
And that one's like specific anime where I'll like go over like what we're doing right now for free run.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So make sure you let me know what shows, and then I can tell you, oh yeah, I know that one. I'll jump on.
Yeah,
but,
the first one we did ever was me and Sporking doing Black Clover. And I just want you to know everybody hates where Sporking put Noelle.
What do you mean?
You guys to know that. They do not like Noelle being mid-tier, okay? They do not like her being middle of the pack.
Did I say she was mid-tier?
You offended everyone. Yes, sir. Yes, you did.
She's become powerful. I might take that back, dude, because she is with the armor and everything she can create now. Yeah, fuck it. She's mid-tier.
What? So
there ain't many that are in the upper echelon, baby. Not many that are in the upper echelon. We need more. Yeah, the world needs more Biggles. You're absolutely right, Soul Assassin.
Thank
so
you,
Monday
Soul
nights
Assassin.
on Biggles channel, guys. Please make sure you guys are subscribed to my boy over here. And I will make sure to join him here and there. Hey, Money. She is mid-tier.
Noelle has so much growth. She has the most growth out of every character.
And she has a lot of power. She just doesn't know how to use it.
She's just not as badass as the other characters when it comes to
that makes her mid-tier. Okay, upper mid-tier, I'll say. She's upper mid-tier.
You put her near the bottom of our mid-tier. I let you choose. And then when you were like, Austin's the greatest character ever, and you're like,
we find that right now.
You told me we needed to put Asta in his own category.
Yeah,
and I was like,
the best.
And I was like, no, fuck Asta. He's too loud. But no. But we had basically Fuegoleon and Mare Leota up top because they kick ass.
She is like, badass.
We're fanboys for the Crimson Lion Kings over here. So
I love the Crimson Lion Kings. And if we'll have to show that one. But share the link to that video because that was a fun one. That was the first time we streamed just me and you doing that. That was a good time.
Yeah.
So getting back to Fearin though, so they go on the journey after they pick up Mr. Stark and they find out like he has been training nonstop and there's this canyon in this mountain range. Well, it's just from him practicing swinging his axe that he created this canyon. Yeah, he split the mountain pretty much in half. So he's super powerful. He just doesn't realize it. So they move on to their journey to go to heaven.
You keep talking. I got to deal with the dog.
Yeah. So they move on and on their trip, they do, I can't remember if they meet the priest first or they meet another. They get stuck in a snow and this journey goes on for years. I mean, they're with each other for like 6 years. Damaj and I in the house. What up, dog?
What's going on?
How you doing, brother? Yeah.
I'm on my cell phone, so I hope I sound good.
It actually sounds fine, man. What's up?
Not bad. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. He went to deal with his dogs, but other than that, what are your feelings on Freerun?
I loved it. I can't wait for the next season.
Yeah, the next season is coming out soon, I think.
It was a little bit of a slow burn for me at first.
Yes, I agree.
I wasn't really getting where they were going, but once they started showing like her actual strength and power level and stuff like that. No, I say power level. That's a Dragon Ball Z term, but still,
power level.
Her power level is badass, dude.
Yeah, once she started showing that, it started becoming more clear where they were going with this. So
yeah. I want to say when season 2 coming out. Let's see.
Once you get to the episode where they show that she's the thousand slayer or the slayer,
thousand demon slayer.
Yeah.
and you just see her badassery, and you're like, holy shit, that's awesome.
There was actually 28 episodes for the season.
I love how she's like 1,500 years old, and she's like a freaking child.
Right. She
and Fern is the one taking care of her.
Right. Like when it comes to everyday things, Fern is like her mother. But when it comes to magic, no one's on par with her. Like she spends her whole life suppressing her magic to the point where no one, not even like only the great elf mage can tell.
Yes.
She's the only one that can tell.
And she doesn't like her either, because I think she's like,
right.
She's like 5,000 years old, the elf mage.
Yeah.
So to her, Freeman is like a child. So
right. And I think she doesn't like her too because she doesn't want to follow her.
Correct.
Yeah. Brian McCann with a member for 12 months. Oh, that's a whole year, everybody. And he became a sponsor again. So he just signed back up. Thank you, Brian. That's 6 new sponsors tonight. 6 new members. Thank you, guys. It says Scott, Hale, Dimajanai, and Eagles.
What's up?
I almost wrote Eagles in the when I did the
Eagles.
Yeah, the Biggles Anime Spork. I always screw up his name, but yeah. So I totally I love this show. But you're right. It was hard to get into at first. It was like, oh, where are they going with this?
Correct.
And she doesn't show her power a lot, but when she does, like when they're fighting the demons, and the demons are these arrogant, non-feeling beings, and they're tricking humans. I love that part too.
Yeah. So what really sold me is when she fought the demon that they had sealed. So she goes to the place, right? And she's like, yeah, he's about to wake up, blah, blah, blah. And when he wakes up, he's like, oh, I'm going to use this. I forget the magic it was called. It was basically, it's called like Hakai. I'm going to use I use a Dragon Ball Z term. He's going to use Hakai, but basically within what would it be, 100 years, humans have made that magic obsolete. So when he freaking tries to use it, the Fern had mastered it in a way that she made it into a defense magic on top of an attack magic. Right. And that's like, okay, now I'm seeing where this is going. Because at first I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Right. It was like so slow paced, but then it's like the power they both have is insane. You know?
Now, were you watching this in its pure form, or were you getting it dubbed?
I did it dubbed.
I was watching it in its subtitle, and I don't know, like, so all right, in YouTube, which it's like a double-edged sword. YouTube has all these abridged versions of it, and abridged version of it is actually kind of funny. I think that's the one you just showed, right?
Are you watching Grimjack?
Which one?
Grimjack, the people who made
I think that's his.
Yeah, Grimjack's awesome.
Did you see the one he did for freaking Solo Leveling?
Yeah, with the sister.
Oh my god, with the sister?
No, that's Anime Boys. That's Anime Boys. That's different.
Real quick, guys.
Whoever's doing it is hilarious. It is freaking hilarious.
Yeah, it is. Real quick, Soul Assassin, do me a favor. I put a link to my TikTok because I'm doing kind of political stuff on TikTok again. So if you want to share that, thanks. Sorry about that. Yeah, so Freerin and the gang, they get stuck. Now, did they meet the priest after the snowstorm, right? When they're trapped in that lodge for like months?
No, the other elf? Yeah, they meet the monk who's the other elf. He's like
not
like
the elf.
2,000 years old.
Yeah, not the elf. So they meet the elf first, then they meet the priest. That starts. Joins them. Okay.
Correct.
So yeah, and we find out later on that elf is like a long ago hero. Like him and a human were like heroes.
Even before Himmel.
Yeah, it was like he's like 2,500 years old, I want to say, or 3,000. He's like a little, like at least 1,000 years older than she is. And it's very rare for elves to even be around. So when they bump into each other, don't worry about the dogs. When they bump into each other, it's awesome. It's like to them, it's like they're someone that can understand time on their level, you know?
Correct.
It's very cool because to them, time is just like, a decade is like not even a year of their life. So to them, it's
Correct.
nothing. Yeah. It's interesting watching her go through learning that time is precious. And that's kind of what the show is about. Like that 10 years with Himmel and the group changed her forever. And she's just now realizing that 60, 70 years after he died or after they were together. And it's like 20 some odd years after he died.
So it from start to finish is about 80 years right now, I believe.
Yes.
Because it was their travel was 10 years.
Yep.
Then she said, "Oh, I'll bring you back to the comic show
50
in
years,
about
right?
50 years."
So that's 60.
And then then he dies, and then the priest dies.
Actually, it's almost 90. It's almost 90 years.
Yeah.
Because it's 89 years from when they met. Because right now we're 29 years after he died. So that was 60 plus 29. I could do math. It's 89.
Yeah, I can do math too.
Yeah, I was shocked that I just did that.
I think X-Ray Girl. Where's X-Ray Girl at?
Yeah, she wouldn't be watching my channel. But yeah, it showed her, like, the whole show is about an elf realizing that a human's life, because it's so short, is probably more meaningful in the long run because they have to live. They have to live. Like they live their life more passionately. There's more, there's more excitement, more sadness, more love, more hate, like because it's so short. And I do like that Himmel is not the perfect hero. He isn't the true hero. So I have a feeling the Demon Lord will be back, and it'll probably be Stark that's the true hero. Or her.
And I do believe that now this is my headcanon, is Frieren is going to essentially be the godmother of that whole bloodline, because they're telegraphing this a mile away. Her and Stark, Friend and Stark are going to have kids, and I think definitely. she's going to end up being the like the foster mother for that whole bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And training like the new warriors going forward. I think that's my headcanon. I agree.
It makes sense.
I don't know if that's gonna happen, but that's I see.
I wonder if
their child. They're definitely telegraphing it.
Yeah. I wonder if their child will be the hero.
It's possible because I mean, think about it. Their child have all the powers of a mage, right? And a warrior class, basically. So to be kind of like
a powerful warrior too.
Yeah,
that would be dope. Because this you can see the show going like in the show time, maybe 100, 200, 300 years. And we'll see different generations and her learning from each generation. And it always brings her back to Himmel and that group. And it's fun watching her learn her little spells and then use those spells later on to actually help them. They end up going, so they go to a town where they meet a priest. And this priest, it reminds her of, what's his name again? I always fuck it up.
The pervert priest?
Yeah, the first
Hadal.
I should write this shit down. Yeah.
I'm terrible with the names, but I know the pervert priest.
Yeah.
Well, he's not a pervert. They call him
she says he's a
priest.
Corrupt priest.
Corrupt priest, yes, corrupt priest.
Yeah.
Right. That would be correct.
And it's almost like she's not replacing, but without even realizing it, she's creating her hero group again.
Correct. Yeah.
With a new generation. But at some point he does end up going to look for a friend of his. But so
I call him the Cougar Hunter.
Yeah, he's the Cougar Hunter. They end up so after he leaves them, they end up in a town that is being that's dealing with a demon, and an upper level demon at that, who is tricking them into believing that the demons want peace and they actually have feelings. Demons do not. They're imitating human feelings. Like they're realizing if we imitate it, we could trick humans. And I love her because she will not bend on the idea that they're all dirt. She's like, no, they're all scumbags. They're evil and they all deserve to die. And that's one, like, you see this side of her you don't see throughout the whole show. Like, when it comes to demons, man, she wants to crush everyone she sees.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing about that story mode is when they show the story that she tells about the little girl who they took in, right? It was like a side story to kind of emphasize the fact that how demons are terrible, where the little demon girl gets taken in by a family and then she ends up killing the family.
Yep.
Because she has no, and she said she had no father. She just mimicked what they said. That's basically what she said.
Right.
Yeah. Close. What it was she ended up killing one of their daughters or whatever, and the chief was like, we should give her a chance because she said mother, and then
I'm paraphrasing. You're right.
yeah. And then Himmel was like, it is their village, and then she ends up trying to make up to them by killing the leader and giving them the leader's daughter.
Right. Because that's what she thought was right.
And then Himmel just like cuts off her hands and then they fucking blast her to death.
Yeah. You know, like they're amoral. It's not like they just do what they want.
Yeah.
I don't even see that they're all evil. They're just amoral. They do what they think they want to do and they don't understand what feelings are. And the human race is an easy mark. And they underestimate people because they can see magic. So you have Firin, who's been practicing for hundreds of years to suppress her power. They think she's this weak, you know, she's powerful, but she's weaker than them mage. And it's truly, she's more powerful than any of them. I mean, she destroys how many in that one battle, including a top tier leader too, a general. Hold on one second. I got to say goodnight.
All right. I'll keep going. So this is like my favorite episode. There's that little servant guy who think he's like the decapitator or something like that. And he's kind of like this young, cocky demon kid compared to like the other ages of the demons. And he decides that he's going to take care of the problem and goes to kill Freerin. And he kills the guard, which if you remember when Freerin was arrested, she did not like fight at all. She just went down and let them take her, right? So she's just sitting in there and she's like, they said visitor hours are over. And he's like, I'm going to kill you. And she's just like, I just want you to know I'm strong. And he's like, you may be strong, but not stronger than me. Or how strong? He goes, how strong? And she goes, I'm stronger than, and says their master's name. And they're like, and like tries to behead her. And she just like has magic that stops the wire. And then slices off his hands and then just fucking destroys him. And it was fucking awesome. And that's my favorite episode, is that episode that she just destroys this little piece of shit.
Yeah, I like those episodes too, because that's at that point we're really into the thick of it and we're showing how strong she is and everything. So those are the episodes I really started liking. So once we got to that part, it started really picking up for me. Like when you're showing, like once they start showing her fighting the demons and stuff and being, wholeheartedly going out there to exterminate. And when you find out like her basically getting all those grimoires is basically her like polishing up her skills. That's basically what she's trying to do.
Yeah, well, it's so she doesn't get stagnant. Like she gets, like she lives so long that if she's not doing something, I mean, she could easily just sit there and wait till death finds her. But she found this little thing that she enjoys to do, and a big part of that is because these stupid little spells used to make the heroes group, Himmel's group, like smile and laugh and think she was amazing with these little tricks she did. And I think that's one of the reasons she still does it. It's because they enjoyed it so much. It's almost like she learned how to enjoy life more because they enjoyed what she can do. She didn't even see it in herself. And then she gets to the mage tests, and that's another like great arc, is her dealing with all these mages. And they're all these mages are just all cocky and think they're all powerful, and she's just they're children to her. It's awesome. Brian,
Yep.
what anime? What is it on? Is it on Crunchyroll or something? I want to check that out.
Which one was he talking about?
He's talking about. He said, "I watch an anime about immortals, but the title was in Japanese font. 6-episode anime. The main character is from pre-flood Atlantis. He cannot die. Meets a young woman. Falls in love. She grows old, dies. He buries himself with her in a tomb mansion to always be with her. It was sad. Okay. I didn't
Wow,
read that part.
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do
like,
that
dude,
either.
Totally gonna bury myself with you.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I love you, babe, but yeah, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
This
Where's that
ain't it.
niece of yours? Yeah, it's Rerun's a great show. And if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. And I would tell you, give it at least a half a season. Like usually it's not a 3-episode thing with me. Usually I'll give something at least like 3 episodes and I'll make my decision. Like I had to give this like 10. And then I was like, okay, I'm
12
really getting into
before it
this.
really
yeah.
gets good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's
I
a slow
actually, to
burn.
be fair, I'll be honest with you. I actually took a break from it for a little bit because
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yep.
get into it.
Yep.
And then once I got into it, I was like, okay, I really started. I went and binge watched the rest of it.
Yeah. It's man, it's good. And I think I did the same thing, man. I did the same thing and I came back to it. And that's kind of like the
Apothecary Diaries.
Yeah, thank you. I watched like 16 episodes and then I haven't gone back in months. So like now I'm going to jump back in. I just downloaded a bunch of them.
I
Just
haven't
to
heard
check
that
it
one.
out.
What's that one? What's that one about?
It's ancient China. So it's about basically courtesans and concubines, basically.
So this
Oh,
girl,
sounds like something I would like.
probably.
This one girl and like how she's involved in those two worlds and what she's doing inside ancient China.
Mm-hmm.
So have you guys been watching Failure Frame at all?
Oh, hell yeah.
I know Sporking is. I'm waiting till it finishes.
Freaking
before I
great.
watch.
Gotcha.
It's freaking great.
Yeah, I because we were talking about elves, and in there like the last episode there was, I don't know if you watched the last episode, and they got the cheetah lady that they went.
Yeah.
Are you on that episode yet?
Yep.
And she and they was like, it's like, yeah, we were just discussing what would happen if they had children, and I'm like, okay, I see where this is going now.
Yeah.
Because you can see that they're telegraphing that too. So I don't know how they're going to. I don't know how they're going to finish that. I don't know if they're going to do the whole. Are they going to? No spoilers. I'm just going to say I don't know if they're going to take care of his main thing in this season.
Right.
And if they do take care of his main thing in this season, is he going to find his way back to his world? Now, if that happens, is he going to? Because we still don't know what the elf lady's mission is either.
Right.
She just went with him because he hired her, and I don't know. I'm all for the like when it comes to anime stuff. I become a bit of a shipper. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a crazy Raylo, but
you're such a girl, Damajana.
I love it.
Shut your mouth.
Ship on, brother.
Girl, sir.
Ship on, brother. Ship on. Yeah,
I can see them. I can see them becoming a thing too. So
I see a little harem thing happening.
Well, here's the thing too, because remember, one of the humans there likes him, and she thinks he's dead.
Yeah.
So and I don't know what's going to happen when he sees her, because I think he kind of liked her. Yes. But he doesn't know that because
he doesn't think he's in her.
Well, here's the deal. Remember when he got cast out, she tried to protect him, and I want to say the witch. I'm not going to say the witch knocked her out. So as far as he's concerned, he thinks that she got killed too. Yeah. Because remember, she freaking attacked her. So I don't know how that's going to work. I can't wait for them to I hope they had that reunion part this season. I mean, or at least they gave us a 24 episode season, because
I was wondering how long this
with a few of them.
Yeah. I was wondering if this is going to be a long
24 episodes.
Yep. I think it should. The story goes real slow, so I can't imagine it only being 12, because I think we're on 11.
Yeah. No, 10. I think we're on 10. 10.
Are we on 10? Well, didn't
Yeah, I
we
think-
just
I think it's
finish
2
10?
more.
We just.
I think
yeah,
we just finished
okay.
10. We're going into 11. So yeah.
Yeah. What's the name of it again? I just blanked.
Failure frame. I beat everybody with learning the
yeah.
lower magic skill, something like that.
There it is. I just want to see if they
Hey.
have anything on IMDb about it.
Muted. I was talking. I was muted. So I parry everything this week was freaking awesome. So you know how he just like defeated that whole army. Well,
Mhm.
now he basically beats a bigger gun, and it's freaking awesome. And
Which one are you talking about?
I parry everything on high dive.
Oh yes.
It's so good.
So
It's so good.
He's such an idiot, though. He is such an idiot.
Well,
Like,
he doesn't understand the culture because he's been at a farm his entire life by himself.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, like
He's thick.
not understanding culture and not knowing how strong you are is two different things, bro. Like he's an idiot when it comes to strength. Like
Well,
dude is a
you
freaking
would think-
beast.
You would think real quick he would figure out that he's super strong. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it does. Sometimes with anime, I like scream at the TV. Like, dude, come on. Like I could see, like I could see for a little while, but like he took out an
Correct.
army. He took out an army with like massive cannons and stuff. Like it was nothing, you know. And like for him not to realize a guy with the crown on is like a king. He's like, what's this old guy doing here?
Yeah,
Exactly.
You know, like
but whatever.
it is funny. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
It's funny.
the part that got me is like when he's like beating a freaking calamity dragon, and he's like, "Oh, it's the little boy who was controlling him." He said, "No, the beast submitted to you. See the beast lean his head down. That's submission for so put his head down. That's an act of submission. He put his head down to her actually because when
It's
you
a
hear
girl.
the inner thoughts of it, it's a girl. It's a girl. Which I was thinking.
She was going to transform.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen too, because they did that in what's that other one with Moonlight? Moonlit Fantasy. Yeah.
They
kinda
one of
did
my
that.
favorite ones. I love that one.
Yeah, I like that too. That is a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, with the spider and the dragon become
the spider likes the pain. And listen, he's another idiot, bro. Like, bro, you got two hot ass freaking monster chicks throwing themselves at you, man. I'd have been smashing everybody.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Everybody would have been getting it.
I have to say the harem ones where the guy finally is like, he's all right. It's on like, if you've watched, Monster, it's a guy reborn into a world where he's a goblin and if he eats something, he gains its power and that's an awesome one on Crunchyroll, dude. And it's all dubbed. Oh, dude, it is awesome. I'm watching it for a second time. That's how good it is. But he starts, he was kind of a loner in his first. Oh, he froze up on us. He's moving a little bit.
Just a little bit.
On the first episode, you see like he was a loner in his first life, but in this life, he starts growing a mercenary group. He calls it, but it's like the goblins born of his generation, and they all start to evolve into higher life forms of goblins. And it's a good one, man. If you want to like see a harem one, because he actually gets things done. They don't show it.
Yeah, I thought. I mean that's fine. That's just like what's that other one that does that? Was it High School DxD? Did they do that? I think they did that at High School DxD. When he kind of was like, when he was kind of like getting into it, but he's like one time I think it was High School DxD when the one chick was throwing himself at him and they were on the high school ground. I mean in a gym. And then the one girl also says, "You can't do that. It's kind of germs." He's like, "Valid, bro. I lost it." That shit was hilarious to me. That's how he's like, and that was the dub version. That's how he said, he stopped for me. He's like, "Valid." I'm like, wow, that was hilarious. That was good.
Well, High School DxD also has like the two pervert friends with Issei or whatever. And they're like, "Yo, why are you talking to my future baby mama?"
Yeah, exactly.
I still haven't watched that one.
Did you say they're coming out with a new season of that?
Yeah, so season 5 is
talking about new seasons. All right.
Who knows? But they have the old animation studio, so it's not the fucking awful animation from season 4. But you know what? The story just keeps changing and breaking canon every time. That's why they just keep changing the name. They're continuing the story, but they keep changing the name so they can change the world so it doesn't like.
Yep.
So it's almost like it's a multiverse.
So October is going to be a big month. We got a lot of new shows coming back and some new ones that look good. ReZero is finally coming back October 2nd. So that'll be season 4.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Is that the one, Mr. Rigi? That's his name.
What?
No, his name's
Subaru, not
Subaru. That's what Subaru.
Subaru. Yeah, it's the little car.
I can't take him crying. I can't take him crying, bro. That annoyed the hell out of me.
Well, he's a little bitch boy, but he does end up learning after 17 deaths or 14 deaths, and then he starts becoming a man and starts kicking ass. Basically, when he goes back through that trial and he's able to talk to his dad is when he finally grows. Like, everybody hates Subaru based on how he behaves. And it's so funny because I met Amelia's voice actor, and we just made fun of Subaru. So
really?
I met the main 4. I met the Lord of the House, who's played by Ray Chase. I met Kylie, who plays Amelia. I met Sean, who plays Subaru. I met Ryan and Bree, who play Rem and Rom. So I met like the whole cast like before I even.
Someone wants to say
Amelia.
Hello real quick. Say hello to everybody.
Okay.
You gotta be louder. Say hello. Oh, you getting shy? No one can see you. Hello. Say hello and say good night, everybody.
Hello.
Say
hello.
Say it right there. Say it.
Hi.
Yeah, that was
Hi.
God, learn to speak English. I love you, kid.
So, like, I met all of them, and they convinced me to watch the show. And then when I met Amelia's voice actor, Ryan was also there, who's Rom, and we just made fun of Subaru the entire time that we were talking. We just
I cannot
Subaru
take him
is the worst.
But he gets so much better.
Yeah, but then he takes steps back.
But he hasn't since he met his dad. That's when he's got all his growth and he stops taking the steps back.
Yeah.
Like, I remember arguing with Dermy Wormy and Adam the Renaissance Nerd about Subaru because they're like, no, he learned all these stuff in season 1. Yeah, he just learned what to do after kept dying over and over again, but he didn't actually learn the lesson. He just learned how to get to the next stage. Basically.
I'll be right back. Next show.
Season 2.
Well, keep talking about that, but when you're ready.
So that next show is Blue Lock on top.
Oh, yeah, I just started watching that.
It's the under 20. We've talked about it a little bit, how I think Ego's plan is like, if you were to put it in basketball terms, because Amelia is the silver hair girl. For Blue Lock, I watch High Dive, Crunchyroll, and I used Anime Wave before it shut down. So Blue Lock under 20, that's the season for season 2. Basically, they're trying to create the world's greatest striker. So I put it in basketball terms. They're trying to, instead of trying to create Michael Jordan, they're trying to create James Harden, who just wants to score and everything's about him. So the big problem with Blue Lock is the whole idea of the Blue Lock system. But otherwise, it's actually a pretty good show. I know we can't scroll down because he stopped, but the next one that I know he really wants to talk about, and I know Damaj and I knows it, it's From Commonplace to World's Strongest. It's the one with the vampire chick, the bunny girl, the dragon chick, the little sea girl, and Hajime, who is the main character. Now, I like this anime, but I can't fucking stand the vampire chick.
That's his girlfriend.
Yeah, and I think
I don't mind her though. She doesn't bother me.
She just annoys me. She's like,
oh yeah,
I own everything.
When is that coming back out? Because I really like that one.
It says October 14th.
Oh, that's next month.
Yeah. So it like where they left off, they're like in the bunny village. So it's like you're going to meet like all the bunny people. And basically the vampire chick basically turns him into like her slave kind of, because she like drinks his blood and like seduces him, even though he's like always like, go away, like in the beginning, and then he's like, I'm in love with her. She's my wife, and it's just that relationship is annoying to me. Like I like the other ones in the harem, but that one just fucking annoys the shit out
It's a
of me.
good show.
What about, you know which one actually surprised me, which I can't wait for another one, because you're speaking about a vampire chick, is Farm Life in Another World. That's actually pretty good.
I love that. That's an awesome one.
I haven't.
I was not expecting it to be that good, and it is really good.
Yeah, it's so good. It's all about farming, and it's awesome. He's so powerful and does it like it's all because of his farming tool. It's so good. It's so good. Oh
And
man, yeah.
baby
You want to
mama
talk about
is
a harem?
vampire.
You want to talk
His
about a
baby
harem?
mama's a vampire.
Yeah,
And he married her too. He married her.
Dude,
That's his
they
wife.
never but they never even like give you a hint they're banging, and then all of a sudden she's pregnant.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you should. That's how you should do it. I mean,
Yeah, I don't
mean,
need
if you
all
go-
the
if-
extra.
Yeah, I mean, once you go to that, it's like hentai.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
I don't need any of that shit. I don't care about their fucking relationship. I don't even need a kiss. Just get to the next one. Unless I'm specifically watching a romance, I don't give a shit about how they get to the romance. Just get to the.
This is another one I'm
baby.
looking for. I like this one. Spirit Chronicles season 2 will be out October 8th. So this guy dies as a teenager, comes back as a little kid. I guess his mother was killed. He doesn't forget that. But he comes back as a little kid in like the poor section. But he has like magical power. He ends up going to a school where he's like the outcast, but he keeps his nose clean, and hides like his abilities. It's a good one. If you want to check it out, the first season's out there, I think on Crunchyroll. I think it's on Crunchyroll. Spirit Chronicles is a good one. Let's see. We also got I still haven't finished season 3, but it's a wrong place to try to pick up girls in a dungeon season 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's coming out.
That should
Another
be a
That's
good
pretty
one.
good too.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten through season 3. Jeez, I got to finish that. Shangri-La Frontier season 2. That's a good one. I enjoyed the first season. It's a video game one, like a virtual reality one, but it's good.
It's like No Game No Life.
Well, I like that one. That was good. But Shangri-La Frontier is like, this kid is like well known, I guess. So he's trying to like not be obvious in this. So he wears like a bird hat and he fights like a mythic beast in this world. So he can't wear armor because he got like scarred by it. And like, because of these tattoos, he can't wear any armor. And he seems to always find like the hidden like quests in the show, and it's good because like it shows him in other games. He loves to play like the worst of the worst games usually, and this is like the first like high level game he plays in a very long time. He's used to games with like really bad glitches and stuff. So you see friends from other games coming in, and it's a good one, man. It's definitely action packed. He's always fighting. So that's
Is that like an isekai?
It's a shonu because it's like a virtual reality one. So it's him playing games and also in the real world. And there's this girl who is scared to talk to him in the real world. She has like a huge crush on him, but in the game she's this massive warrior. And like it's a good one. You'll have to check out. The first season's on Crunchyroll also. Blue Exorcist. I've always enjoyed that one, so that's coming back out.
And then Sword Art Online, the like
Yeah, the
spin-off
gun one,
of
right?
Girls is
Yes.
coming out.
That's coming out.
Yep.
When is that coming out?
So
October 5th.
this is the spin-off, like the other one in there. It's like the girls with the guns and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
Are
He's not
they ever going to get back to the main storyline in that with his baby mama?
Well, that's a different series, so I don't know. Maybe eventually.
Because it had I know they split it up, but it was like all under the same umbrella or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last one I saw, I guess I was watching it in the right order, where they got stuck inside there for like 2 days, but it was like 300 years in the digital world, but like they tried to escape. Right. And they were stuck in there for like, it was only like 3 days in our world. There was like 300 years in the digital world. And they end up like,
yeah, he lives a whole life in that. That's season 3, I think. He lives like a whole life in this world and becomes friends. Like, can't distinguish between it when he comes out. Like, that's a good one. That's like for seasons. I like that way more than the second season where he's like in that fairy world. Where they trapped his girl.
A little crazy.
Yeah, that was a little. But like, that's a good one because like he spends, if even just a day is like 30 years, you know. So that was definitely the better of the next seasons because the first season was dope. I mean, just the idea that you could actually like, that was a great idea. You're stuck, you could die, you know, like, and you have to beat the game to get out. That was awesome.
That always makes me think about what would happen if that actually happened. Because to be fair, I mean, we're not that far. I mean, well, I'm not sure to say we're that far, but at some point, video games, like our actual video games, is gonna have to go to straight up like virtual reality to mean anything. Because how much more FPSs are you gonna put into a game? Come on, man. Like seriously.
I mean, look at the Oculus.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So at some point we're gonna end up being there, and it's just food for thought, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I'm hoping I live that long because I would totally get stuck in a game. Sorry.
They have a Yu-Gi-Oh! VR that's coming out, and I want to buy a VR system just for that. It looks amazing. And it's only in like the alpha or beta stages.
I'm just like, Brian, I'm going to check it out. The bio boosted armor.
All right. I'm going to share this again, Sporking, now that we have Damajanai and the next row is like a thing that's related. All right. So, you know how there's the new Dragon Ball Daima coming out, Damajanai?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
This is my little chibi Saiyan avatar that I'm going to make a Dragon Ball channel, and it's going to be talking about Daima, and then it's going to be a whole bunch of Sparking Zero content because they come out on the same day on October 11th. So I'm going to make a channel. I'm going to review the first episode, and then I'm going to, even though it's going to be in Japanese, and I only watch the dub of Dragon Ball, and I'm going to do like a whole channel. So this is my little sketch for the avatar. I want like the spiky teeth that sometimes have, right? And then they have the armor, they have the gloves and the boots. So I told
him this should be it. This should be his avatar. Take out the writing. That should be his avatar. He shouldn't ask anyone to make it look better. No AI. That's the avatar.
There you go.
So that's
definitely be original.
Yeah.
So totally. I want to see if I just stick with that, if I can grow my channel faster, because live streaming hurts your channel, and then changing any subjects.
So
why do you think my channel got stuck?
Here's the deal. Like at this point, like I'm never leaving my day job. I'm just like, this is
same here.
It's a fun hobby that I like. I enjoy the camaraderie, the other YouTubers and stuff like that. Listen, if tomorrow I hit 100,000, great. If I don't hit 100,000, also great. I'm just like,
that's me too, brother.
I'm like, because I'm not going to sit here and make 50,000 channels. I'm not going to do it. I'm doing an Eric July maneuver, which is my channel is a hub. You come from me, it's just like the way I view my channel is like, look, you turn on terrestrial TV, like old school NBC, CBS, all that. You had NBC. NBC had your news, it had your comedy show, had your sitcoms, it had everything. That's how I view my channel. You come to my channel, you get your news, you get your comedy, you get your anime, you get your live streams, you get all that. That's how
I think it sucks that YouTube
punishes
you for being someone who enjoys multiple things. Yeah, like, because I grew way faster when I did mostly videos and a little bit of live streaming, and then when I went to just strictly live streaming, they just screwed my channel for a while, and then they gave me a boost again, and then they screwed my, like they just keep doing that. But like I don't have time to make videos. That's why I do TikTok videos when I'm pissed off about something. I just make it. But the idea that they don't share out your stuff as much in the algorithm. Like, if you don't put a video out every Monday at 7 a.m., the algorithm won't get used to that. Well, who gives a shit? Like,
I know
it is dumb. I enjoy talking about so many, like, I like anime. I like talking about A Song of Ice and Fire. I like talking about conspiracies and ancient lost worlds, and that's what I do. So really the only way I'm going to grow is if people out there actually share my shit to other people that like this stuff. That's it. And I'm fine with that.
So I went to, this is my formula. I give you something 5 days a week. You get 2 shorts, 1 long form video, and 2 live streams. That's it.
Yeah.
So listen, if that doesn't hit, I mean, the only downside about me, because I work retail, so I can't do anything on an exact time. I just can't.
Yep.
It's impossible for me to do that. So it is what it is. Like I said, if tomorrow I hit 100,000, great. If I never hit 100,000, also great. I'm not gonna drive myself crazy. You know, I'll have my camaraderie with the people I do streams with that I know, and I meet up in meetups and all that. But you know, it is what it is. Look, I know YouTube is always gonna keep screwing me over, so I'm just like, whatever, right?
The best and worst thing YouTube did to me was demonetize me, because I was making good money every month. You know, I mean, it was nice. It really helped out. But when they demonetized me, I stopped giving a shit and being so obsessed, like, with the numbers and what can I do to, you know, like I just stopped. It wasn't worth it. And like, I've seen a lot, like, look at Culture, man. Culture's blown up. He's near 30 grand. You know, Walton's been blowing up, and I'm really happy for my friends. But like, I just don't have right now, with 3 little ones, the time. I work 7 days a week. Like, I just don't have the time to do it. Like, I enjoy talking to you guys and the couple people that watch. I'm grateful they're there. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel.
Well, I was going to make these videos anyways. I just want to try to have like a strictly Dragon Ball channel.
No, you should. That's the smart way to do it.
I have almost 600 videos and over 81,000 views, and I can't even get to 500 subs.
It's ridiculous, dude. I get that. I'm starting a music channel just for Beatles stuff because I love it. But I don't have time yet. Yeah, Brian, it's either going to be every Thursday or every Saturday night at about 7:30, 8 o'clock. We'll be doing Aluminum Spork. We're going forward. Yeah.
So the Dragon Ball show they're going to the demon world, and I'm guessing it's a wish that turns them into chibis. Now, personally, I like chibis better. Like, it's just an art style that I prefer over like all the other art styles, because I like the cutesy drawing stuff. And then like most of the time chibi shows are like fucking hilarious. So I like the chibi art style. This takes place around the Buu saga. It is the last thing Toriyama wrote before he died, and I'm pretty sure he finished it before he passed away. So all the art is drawn by what's his name? He's like his number 2 guy. He was Toriyama's number 2 guy, and now basically in the main guy now that Toriyama's passed away. But like, I'm looking forward to this. I know the biggest thing Damajinai has against it is he didn't like in GT when they turned into the kid, which I didn't like either. I don't like GT except for like the last 2 arcs, and even the last arc is kind of sucks ass.
It picks up with Baby. That's when it picks up, and then and that whole part before Baby was garbage.
Everything up to Baby.
I like the concept of somebody from the. This is why I honestly, as much as people like Super, I'm really not the biggest fan of Super, because first off, they did the same to me. They did the same problem they did with Star Wars, which is keep going back to a certain point in time where you're kind of screwing everything up. Going back in between the Buu saga was stupid. The one thing I would give props for GT is that it moved the story along. That's one thing. That's the one thing I will give them props for. I won't give them props for making Goku little, and I hate the first few sagas of it. But at least they moved the story along. When you have it stuck in the Buu saga, what happens is first off, there's no stakes because they have to end the Buu saga. That's the problem. Everybody's fine at the end of the Buu saga. So where are the stakes? We know everybody's going to be fine. They have to be.
Well, I mean, they could die and be resurrected because it is Dragon Ball, you know.
Yeah, but even still, they have to. You know, they're going to be fine.
Yeah, but there's no stakes in Dragon Ball anyways because they get wished back anyway.
True, but at least then we don't know the total outcome. Like you can still kill off somebody. I mean, even in GT, which one thing they did do in GT that was kind of crazy, they killed off Piccolo. He died for real because they weren't going to bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they could do that. You could kill somebody off for real. I mean, and mean it. But when you have it in between the Buu Saga, we know everybody has to be fine by that tournament. Everybody has to be fine, and that's the biggest issue I have with that.
There was talks that like Super was going to retcon the end of Z, because Z's just like 50 years later or whatever, or something stupid, and it's like their kids and their kids and their kids. So
Z wasn't 50 years later because Trunks and Goten were only teenagers.
No. The end of Z. Like the last episode where Oob
were teenagers.
Where Oob is reincarnated.
Yeah, they were teenagers there. Because Pan was only like 3 years old. Pan was 3 in the
final episode.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
She was 3 years old. Yes. Remember, she fought. She's like number one, because she was 3 years old. It wasn't 50 years. The end of GT, Pan was an old woman, but not the end of Z.
I could have swore at the end of Z where they had Vegeta Jr. and Goku Jr. fighting.
That's GT.
That's
not
GT?
Z. Yeah,
I thought that
GT.
was the very last episode of Z.
No, that's the very last episode of GT.
Okay.
The very last episode of Z, Pan is 3 years old.
Okay. I could have swore that was the last episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes it no sense. They keep going back to that well. It confuses people.
I am not a Dragon Ball guy, so I don't know. I was a little older when it first came out.
When it first came out before I was born.
Yeah,
when
well, how old are
came
you?
Out in I'm 35.
Yeah. Okay.
When it first came out, it was in America. It was like
I was in my early 20s.
90 what?
Early 20s when I
19 what?
1998, I think.
Yeah, I was in college.
America.
Or probably getting kicked out of college at that time.
There you go. No, like
I was in my early 20s when that came out. Well, when it started becoming popular, because it was out before that. So
yeah, I've been watching it since like its first episode.
So you guys looking at that, we're going to move on to the next one. The next one is as a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skills, blah, blah, blah. Season 2, the first season was good. So he's reincarnated as a young aristocrat of a duke of a smaller, I think he's a duke of a smaller region in this continent. Yeah. And he's like,
I remember that
there's
one.
about a war there's going to be a war at some point. So he's prepping for it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have any great skills except for the ability to see the potential in people. So he starts surrounding himself with people that no one else would pick, that turn out to be, the girl turns out to be this amazing wizard. This young boy becomes a great strategist, he takes in like a guy from a different country that there's a lot of prejudice against, who's this amazing warrior.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So good. So that's September 29th.
Wow,
I enjoyed that one.
Soon.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one a lot. What else do we have? I think this is a new one. I'll become a villainess who goes down in history. I read the synopsis before. So GoldenEye, so she's Alisa is the eldest daughter of the noble Williams family, a bloodline that excels in dark magic. Her jet black hair, golden eyes command powerful presence, but her most unique features are without a doubt her sharp tongue and malevolent Lilivant, I can't say the word at the moment, nature. By all means, she is a villainess, but also a fictional character from an Otami game. As an ardent admirer
Oh yeah, I
of,
remember that
yeah,
one. She has the red dress on, right? Let me see.
yeah. Well, no, see,
Yeah,
I think it's not that one, but I think it's a lot like that
No.
one.
So there's a bunch of Otame games. The red dress one is
Level 99, right? Something level
was she in a red
99.
dress?
She
Well,
has
I
like a
know-
white with red uniform on. Oh shit.
So I've been watching a bunch of those. The best one is Trapped in a Dating Sim. The World of Otami Games is hard with mobs, or is hard for a mob. That's the best Otami game one that I've seen.
Oh yeah, with
next
the
one is
kid,
level 99.
the
The
guy?
dude, he is having
is
a blast.
hilarious.
The dub
Hilarious.
is the greatest thing
Yes.
ever. He's just
Yes.
like having so much fun. He's like to the queen. He's like, "Will you marry me?" And she's
Yeah.
like, "Ah," and like turns all red, and then like he gets punched in the back of the head by the prince.
Yeah, it's so good. And then the level 99 one is good. This looks like it's going to be something close to the level 99. So she plays this game, ends up getting hit. Sleepy truck driver hits her, so the truck hits her. The Isekai truck. Yeah. She wakes up a 7-year-old Elisa inside the game with the
and
knowledge of the
and
game.
Yeah, and she's a villain. Like she's actually evil, but she's
Right.
good.
Right.
Yeah,
but
okay,
this
that's
one-
what I'm talking about. Yeah. That was that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a
listen,
new one.
She said if I it's another
It's just
this
like
is
all
another
those
one.
others, dude.
There's
It's just
six
like
of them.
there's so many of
six
them.
of them on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I've watched them all because
There's
I'm
I'm in love with the villainess. There's the one that's really good is I'm the villainess and all routes lead to doom. And
I think I saw that one.
Katarina Clays is the name of the main character. And she's awesome.
I think I saw that one too. Yeah. It's so many.
and
You're
then
right. There
there's-
are a lot of them.
Then there's I'm the villainess, so I tamed the final boss. And that
Yeah.
one's basically 3 different Otome games. And every single time she's trying to make the re-fall in love, right? And I never thought I would like these, and I just did one on the Tough for Mobs, like the Biggles Bites, where I just talked about how I liked it. And they're just so silly and funny.
Yeah, they are.
That I can't help but like them, and I don't. And it's so funny because like a lot of the characters are like, man, I fucking hate this reverse harem, and like they like talk shit about the character.
Yeah.
And
Wait a
like
minute.
one of them's like, I don't even like the romantic things. I only like the villainous. Because
What was the other one you said? You said, okay, the one that's taming. I know that one. I'm in love with the villainous. I know that one. Level 99.
So it's called I'm the Villainous and All Routes Lead to Doom. Now there is 4 spin-off mangas of this. So it has one where it's all my routes are on the verge of doom, so it's like a different story that she takes. Then there's one that is about all the girls, like it's a story about all the girls, like all her female friends in that one. And that one's so funny because she not only does she have like a reverse harem, but she also has a harem full of girls that love her too. So like everybody in this show just wants her.
Oh, I watched
a
a couple of those. Okay.
And it's because of how different she changes. And then like there's another one that like there's another where she reincarnates and she actually goes through the story of the game and she has to like try to survive that last boss fight.
Yeah.
So those are the manga spin-offs, but
there's like
it's
2
super
also.
good.
There's 2 also. That's not Otome games, but there's one where like this girl was like just a terrible princess who became an empress and then was beheaded. She jumps back to her like 10-year-old self and she has like 8 years to fix it. And she like starts changing the world for the better. That's a good one, but I can't remember what it's called.
Is it the Do-Over Damsel? Because
no,
that's one that's coming out. So I don't know if that's like a new season.
No, it's she's like blonde. I can remember that much.
This
And then
chick's
there's
blonde and red.
the seventh time loop, where this girl she gets killed, or the prince like calls off their engagement. She gets arrested and killed. The next time she's ready for it, so she takes off before anything can happen, and she like learns to be like a
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too. And then she ends up like with the emperor who will destroy the world pretty much. Yeah, it kills her. Yeah, so that one's a good one.
So if you scroll down a little bit more, there's a girl in red with a sword, and she's a blonde, and it says she's now the 10-year-old version, and she's trying to escape her intimate engagement with the prince because she was killed by the prince. So it's either exactly the same. So if you scroll down a little bit more,
okay, down like here.
Yeah, that
this
right
one.
there.
Yeah, this is it. Oh no, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Shit.
So it's almost exactly the same as what you just described.
Okay.
So who knows?
See, maybe. She wasn't framed. This one, she was terrible. It's a weird name. It's only like two words too. Oh God.
We'll figure it out eventually.
Something T, I think, or yeah, T Moon Empire. That's it. T Moon Empire. Yeah. So it's called after a rebellion overthrows the Tier Moon Empire, Princess Mia meets her demise by guillotine at just 20 years old. She awakens 8 years in the past, giving her a second chance at life. Haunted by her memory of the guillotine, the princess sets out to rebuild the empire and prevent a return to fate. Can this selfish princess learn to be a selfless leader, even though she's trying to save herself? It's a good one. It's on Crunchyroll. Tier Moon Empire. Yeah, that's a good one. Is this a season 2 to this one? I don't know this one. Conquering the Dragon Emperor.
It might be a new one.
Yeah. See, I'll watch those too. I find those to be good when people get a second chance, because I always wanted one.
So
and this one looks great. The Loner Life in Another World. Like
he's got like 9 girls chasing him. That's
so it's a great harem
one.
Right? He gets it's only called Theme Isekai. That's the funny part. But so he real quick. He goes with it. His whole class gets transported to a new world, and when they're giving out all the skills, he's last in line, so he has to get like a hodgepodge of crappy ones because everybody took the good ones. And yeah, it looks good.
So speaking of harems, remember how the other week I was talking about pseudo harem, how it's like this one girl who has like multiple
personalities.
She had multiple personalities. So she doesn't actually have multiple personalities. So it is a show where they're in the drama club, right? And one day they're sitting down. They're sitting down, and he's like, "Man, I wonder what my popular stage would be like." Because you know how they always talk about having a popular stage where they have a harem, and he starts talking about a harem, and this girl really likes him because like the first time they met, he like acted out this thing because she's like, "Excuse me, do you know where the drama club is?" And he's like, "I'm in the drama club. I'm the president." And he's like, "But unfortunately, it's only me." And she's like, "Oh, it's just like this anime." And then when he opens the drama club door, there's like a whole bunch, and the actual president comes up, and he's like, "Oh, I'm the." And she's like, "I thought you said you were the only one in the club." And he goes, "Oh yeah, it's just like that show that she just said, right?" So they end up liking each other because of that, and then she does Impchan, which is like, you know how there's like the little imp girls that are like in harems. So she like acts out that character, and then Tsunade, like the mean girls, and then she like puts her hair in like things. So she just constantly acts out these different characters because she likes them and she's spending time with them. And at one point, she's like afraid of like lightning, and he's like, "Well, Cool-chan wouldn't be afraid of lightning, or thunder." So she like acts as Cool-chan to help her get over like her fear. So it's actually a really sweet romance anime, and it's not like a harem where it's like, I have like 70 different women, where he just has one woman who can like act as
That's okay.
different
I'll have to
characters.
check that
It's
one
one
out.
woman that acts out all the women for him, basically.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with
basically.
that.
And the voice actor that plays Rin, the main character, is like it's only sub.
Yeah.
But right now, but it's really cute. You can tell like the different inflections, and it's a really cute romance anime. If anybody actually wants to watch romance,
Another
I know I
cute
feel a
romance
little
Another-
for saying that, but
Well, no, because another cute one is My Dress Up Darling. So this kid
That's
is
coming
like,
back out too. Yeah.
yeah. This kid, his grandfather does these little
Hino dolls.
porcelain. What are they?
Hino dolls.
Yeah.
Hino dolls.
Yeah. And he he fell in love with it as a kid, so that's like his whole thing. Well, he meets like this really popular girl who like loves cosplay, but she can't like make any of the stuff, and he just dives into it with her, and it's a really cute show. He starts making all these different cosplays for her. It's a nice one. She realizes, wait a minute, I'm starting to fall for this dude, and he doesn't realize it.
It's all because he says he won't use the word beautiful unless he truly means it.
Right.
And when he was like falling asleep on the train, he told Maureen that she was beautiful, and she's like, oh, and that's when she like fell in love with him. And like, there's a whole episode of her like, oh my god, I'm in love with him. And
yeah.
Like,
also, yeah. Go ahead.
And in the manga, we finally get like the part that everybody's been waiting for. So like, probably like season 2 or season 3, it will have that part.
And earlier, the
Kind of
Bride
like
of Slender.
what's the name? Uzaki-chan wants to hang out. Apparently that's like a what they call a slice of life one.
Yeah.
I actually didn't mind that. I remember there was such a big controversy about her boobs. I'm like, bro, stop it. Like, what's the name? Shibuya Kaho. She did the cosplay just like her. I'm like, women like that exist. Like, she literally had the same body type as her. And then, oh, that's unrealistic. Shut up.
Real quick too, Bride of Slender asked, I don't know if a bunch of those villainous ones are dubbed. I don't know if all of them are. Another show coming out that looks kind of cool is this Demon Lord 2099. So Demon Lord ends up being reincarnated or coming back after like 5 centuries in 2029 or 2099 cyberpunk metropolis, where he's kind of a footnote in history. So it's him trying to take over again and all the things he goes through with all the new technology and shit. So that one looks pretty good.
No, is that a part 1 or is that a season 2?
I think that's part 1. Yeah, I haven't seen that one before.
That sounds like an interesting concept.
Yep. I don't know what this one is in English, but a healer gets booted from his party because the leader notices he isn't really contributing much. Soon enough, the healer must look for a new member to the party. After finding a cute martial artist to work together, he reveals his secret. While he's fairly mediocre healer, he actually fights well in close combat. This is the story of a support who's secretly a DPS. What's that?
Damage per second. It's one of the damage dealers. So it's like, I'm going in and I'm just going to destroy everything.
He's like a sage in Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
Sage is a DPS healer.
So this might be a new one. I'm going to definitely check
I just saw the manga yesterday, so.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of using healing the wrong way. Healing magic the right. That's actually pretty good.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great one.
That's my favorite isekai.
Yeah, same here. I love that anime. This one looks good too. Goodbye Dragon Life. Long ago, a human managed to defeat the oldest, most powerful dragon of them all. The dragon was so strong that even the gods feared it, but it accepted its end all alone. Then suddenly the dragon woke up in a new life as a guy named Dolan living in a faraway village. So those are always fun ones. Let's see. Demon Lord Retry is coming back, which is cool. And it's called Demon Lord Retry R. If you haven't seen the first season, that's a good one. I think that's on Crunchyroll, I'm pretty sure. This one looks funny. What is it called? The most notorious. I hate when they do this. Just
most notorious talker runs the world's greatest clan.
Yeah. So to me, that'll probably be a good one. That That comes out the 7th. A lot of stuff is coming out at the beginning. So there's going to be a lot of new stuff to watch. Let's see. This looks funky. Toruhu Ura Rata Majan Tangamaku. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, not a lot of people know that one of the most talented and ruthless manga players. Oh, it's a manga game. Okay. I think that's, I didn't see any others, but I don't know if I've been down this far.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I saw that I wanted or that I know anything about. So
I kind of like the herbivore dragon of 5,000 years gets, you know, like
this
the original
one. This is a different herbivore dragon.
Okay, I hope it's dubbed, because the first one it wasn't one of the dubs I wanted to follow. You know what I mean? Like the voices didn't. I was annoyed by them. And that's it that I can see. All right, that's it.
So there's that My Dear Friend. Remember how I said it was, or I heard it's hilarious? It's the most nuts thing ever. You know how I complain about the sister complex all the time, how the sister's in love with the brother?
Yeah.
Well, this one has a psycho sister who's in love with the sister.
With the sister?
Yeah.
Which one is this one?
My Dear Friend.
Why does this remind me of Not Another Teen movie?
Well, that's like that feels like anime all the time.
Wait a minute, have you watched?
The sister's like, I want to take poop on your chest, the brother, and he's like, that's gross.
Did we talk? Oh God, did we talk about? I think we did last time. The Leia or whatever talks in Russian when she can't talk about her feelings or whatever.
So you brought it up a little bit. I still haven't watched it.
The sister's hilarious, dude.
Did I? Isn't there multiple sisters? Isn't there 2 sisters in that?
Well, the Russian girls are they're sisters. And then
okay. That's
him and this girl, you'll find out are sister and brother. And like, she's so prim and proper, but when they're alone, she's like this, like everything's about manga. So she's always bringing up like the brother sister stuff. It's so funny, dude. She's funny.
I saw a video. So it's like Isla versus Yuki, and it's why Yuki's better. And then it gets to the end of the video, and it's like, and Isla, you're going to have to like meet her parents. But with Yuki, you already have the same parents, so they already like you. And you're like, oh my God, I fucking hate this video.
That's so great. That's so good. All right, we're gonna wrap it up though. I got work in the morning because I work 7 days freaking week.
I gotta work in the morning too, bro. Right?
Yeah. So make sure you subscribe to both our channels, everybody's channel, so we don't have to work.
I gotta make videos and stuff, so that counts, right?
Yeah, right. It does. Solo Leveling season 2. Yeah, I can't wait for that too. That shows.
When is that coming out, man? That is a freaking.
I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything about it, but I can't wait. That and how using healing magic the wrong way or whatever. I can't wait for that to come out too.
That's a freaking awesome one.
We will see. But thank you everybody for being here. Damaj and I, you got anything going on?
Just got Spellbroken live tomorrow and a Dark Council this Wednesday on Fatal J's
how's
channel.
the Dark Council, guys?
Everybody's doing great. I mean, the only thing I haven't seen Lord Callus in a minute because he got a promotion in his job and just obviously he couldn't just confronting with the scheduled time. So I haven't seen Callus in a minute, but
if you need a smooth cat to fill in for him, if you need a smooth cat to fill in for him, I'm that smooth cat.
Listen, if you're ever available, just give me a shout. I should be get you a link.
Oh, you know, I'm available. Just it's Wednesday nights, right?
Yeah,
I'll make time.
Every other Wednesday.
Every other Wednesday is even better. I'll make time. We'll talk about it. But yeah, I love you guys over there. I always have fun with you guys. Tell Fatal and the boys I love them. Fatal's my brother from a different mother, completely different mother. But what do you got going on, Biggles?
I am doing Squirrel with a Gun video that I have to edit and post. I'll probably post that tomorrow.
How is that game?
It is so much fun, dude. You're running around as a squirrel. You can break people's necks as a squirrel. You like shoot them. You're like jumping up. You're using a submachine gun to fly up really high in the air. You jump, hold the jump button. You're like, and you like get to high places. You can drive a little car. It's so much fun. I'm having a blast.
That's
But
so awesome.
I'm playing Kingdom Hearts tomorrow. Monday, I'll probably talk about some show that I just watched. Maybe I'll do like so. I did a Biggles Bites on that The World is Tougher in an Otome game. I'll probably actually do a Biggles breakdown on that because I want to talk more into it. Because I was just like, I like this, blah blah blah, but I really want to like break it down because I'm probably going to watch it a third time before Monday. So I kind of want to talk about that. But yes, I'm trying to get to 500. I need like 900 watch hours and 86 subs now because I just lost another sub. So if I can get to 500 and get that extra 900 watch hours, then I can have my channel monetized.
It's 500 now?
Well, for memberships and like an ad thing and then super chats. So memberships.
Okay.
So I'll probably have like $2 memberships. And then I'll be like, Wednesday, you guys can have a membership stream where you watch me edit my videos and talk to me while I edit videos.
Sweet.
So that's probably what I'm going to do.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming out. We will see you. I'll see you Monday night for, or I'm sorry, it's now Tuesday night for a Song of Ice and Fire stream. And then we are coming back with Aluminum Spork. So we will go out with the Aluminum Spork theme. Is this the one I like? We're going to find out real quick. Hold on. And then I'll stop. The one I like. Here it is. So Aluminum Spork will either be Thursday or Saturday nights. I'll figure that out, but we will have one this week too. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Thank you guys for being here. Later.
Bye.
Aluminum Spork.